Welcome to the Dropship.com podcast. Today, we're bringing you more e-commerce insights, dropshipping strategies, and all the inspiration you need to grow your business. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, this podcast is your one-stop shop for success. Ready to roll? Here are your hosts, Ava and Noah.
All right, so get this. We're diving into the story of a family orchard that turned into a $34 million company.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard that right.
That's impressive.
$34 million. So how'd they go from a simple orchard to a massive fruit empire?
Right.
Well, that's what we're going to unpack in this deep dive.
It's a really interesting story.
Okay.
It all starts with the fruit company and their journey.
Yeah.
It shows how powerful strategic growth is, especially when a business faces some really tough challenges.
Yeah, and the numbers are seriously impressive.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking.
Huge.
The fruit company started in the late 1990s. They're like the third generation of family ownership of this company.
Wow.
And they're on track to hit $34 million in revenue.
This year?
This year, that's a lot of fruit baskets.
That is a lot of fruit baskets.
To give you an idea, they ship almost 400,000 gift baskets every year
Wow.
from their 650 acres of orchards.
650 acres. That's a lot of land.
That's a lot of land.
It is.
But you know what? Their success isn't just about these big numbers.
Right.
We need to look at how they handled some major roadblocks.
Yeah, like the 2008 financial crisis.
Oh, yeah. How'd they handle that?
Many businesses were struggling.
Yeah.
But the fruit company, they actually used this downturn to help them.
Okay, losing over $1 million during a recession
Yeah,
sounds like a nightmare.
it does.
What did they do?
Well, that's where their founder, Scott Webster, he comes in.
Okay.
He made a bold move. He didn't back down.
Wow.
He actually invested more in the company.
Really?
Yeah. And he acquired even more orchard properties. More. And he was able to get them at a bargain
Wow.
because the economy was so bad.
So they like doubled down during a crisis?
Yeah.
That's risky.
It was a gamble for sure.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant how it all played out.
Okay.
By getting those extra orchards,
Yeah.
the fruit company now had more control over their supply chain.
So they could get the fruit they needed.
Exactly. They could guarantee they'd have a steady supply of high-quality fruit. Even when other companies were struggling to find any,
That makes sense.
this protected them from market changes,
Mm-hmm.
and it also set them up for more growth in the future because
Yeah.
they could scale up their operations
Right.
without having to worry about where to get the fruit.
So this risky move during a downturn actually made their business stronger.
Exactly. And this is what some people call being anti-fragile.
Anti-fragile.
Yeah. You don't just bounce back from problems. You use them to grow even more.
So instead of like playing defense, they were on offense.
Exactly.
It makes you think,
Yeah.
would I have done that? Would I have been that bold during a crisis?
It's a tough call.
It is.
But the fruit company, they don't just sell fruit.
Right.
They've created a whole experience for their customers.
Yeah, it's not just like buying a piece of fruit.
No, it's an experience,
Yeah.
like their gift baskets.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and that farm-to-table feel you get.
It's like you're getting a story with your fruit.
Exactly. They've
Yeah.
built this image of quality and realness.
Hmm.
They even have this really strict process for checking the fruit,
So they only use the best stuff.
the best of the best. It's not just about the fruit itself, it's how they present it.
Okay.
The gourmet stuff they add in the packaging, they carefully plan everything to make the customer experience better.
Yeah.
And then there's their project with the Mount Hood Railroad.
Oh, yeah. The train that goes through the orchards.
You've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard it's amazing.
It's like something out of a storybook.
Oh, wow.
You ride this train through these beautiful orchards,
Okay.
and you get to see how they make the gifts.
Wow.
It's like marketing you can experience.
That's really cool.
They use all your senses to connect with you.
Makes you want to buy their fruit.
For sure. And it builds loyalty to the brand.
Yeah, I can see that.
And they're really smart about how they reach their customers.
I've heard their marketing is really good.
It is.
Something about ads on Meta that are doing really well.
Yeah, their Meta ads have a 300% return on
Oh,
investment.
wow. 300%. That's huge.
It is. But here's the interesting part.
Okay.
They also spend a lot of money on print catalogs.
Wait, print catalogs?
Yeah.
Like the paper ones?
Yep, over 500,000 mailed out every year.
In today's world, that's kind of surprising.
It seems that way at first,
Yeah.
but it shows how well they know their customers.
Okay.
Some people still like that old school experience of flipping through a catalog.
That's a good point.
It's about finding the right mix of marketing,
Mm-hmm.
something that connects with all your different customers.
So the fruit company turned a financial crisis into a chance to grow.
Exactly.
They created a strong brand focused on quality and customer experience.
Yeah,
And they use a mix of old and new marketing.
that's right.
What else helped them become so successful?
Well, all of that wouldn't work without a really strong foundation,
Okay.
efficient operations,
Right.
and most importantly, the right people.
So how do you go from a small family orchard to a multi-million-dollar business
Yeah.
without everything becoming a total mess?
You got to have the right systems in place.
Like what kinds of systems?
We'll take Scott Webster, the founder.
Okay.
He believes in making things simple.
Okay.
Like their equipment, they only use one type of tractor for all their orchards.
That doesn't seem that special.
It might not sound like a big deal,
Yeah.
but think about it. By using just one type of tractor, they can make maintenance and repairs so much easier.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And even training. Everyone knows how to use the same equipment and how to fix it,
Yeah.
which saves them time and money.
Right. Less headache.
Way less headaches.
So it's all about being efficient.
Exactly.
Smart. It sounds like this Scott Webster guy really gets how important systems and processes are.
He does, but it's not just about equipment.
Okay. What else?
He's also really careful about who he hires.
Okay.
He focuses on finding the right people
Yeah.
and putting them in jobs that they're really good at and that they enjoy.
So you're saying he figures out what his team's talents are
Yeah,
and then gives them the power to do what they're best at.
exactly. He knows that a strong team is what makes a business successful.
That makes sense.
And this is a really important lesson from the fruit company.
What's that?
They've shown us that success isn't about following some strict rules.
Okay.
It's about adapting and coming up with new ideas
Yeah.
and really focusing on what matters.
Like what?
Quality customer experience
Mm.
and building a team you can trust.
It's pretty cool how they've combined tradition with modern thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought a family orchard could turn into this huge company
Right.
by using both print catalogs and meta ads?
It's a good reminder that there's no one right way to do business.
Mm-hmm.
The key is to know your market, know your customers, know your strength,
Yeah.
and then find that special combination that works for you.
Okay, so to sum up what we've learned from the fruit company,
Yeah.
they took a major problem and turned it into a chance to grow.
Mhm.
They added new things to their business in a smart way.
Right.
They focused on quality and giving customers a great experience. And they built a strong team to help them succeed.
It's quite a story.
It is, and it's full of insights that we can all use even if we don't own fruit companies.
Right, like that idea of anti-fragility we were talking about.
Yeah,
How can you use that in your own life?
yeah.
How can you turn challenges into chances to grow?
It's so easy to just get stuck on the problems
It is.
that maybe we can think about them differently
Yeah.
and use them to get better.
The fruit company shows that it's possible.
It does.
Here's another thing to think about.
Okay.
The fruit company became successful by doing things differently,
Yeah.
by doing things that other people thought were outdated.
Right.
So are there any old ways of doing things in your field that might actually be good ideas?
That's a really good question.
Makes you think.
It does. Are we too quick to dismiss the old ways of doing things?
Maybe, just maybe there's something valuable in those old approaches.
That's a good point.
The important thing is to be open to new ideas and question what you think you know. The fruit company shows us that sometimes innovation comes from unexpected places.
It's a good reminder to stay curious and be open to new possibilities,
Definitely.
even if they seem a little strange at first. And hey, maybe one of our listeners will be inspired to shake things up in their own industry.
I hope so.
We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, if you have a story about turning a problem into an opportunity, or if you're thinking about how to use these lessons in your own life, tell us about it.
We want to hear from you.
And remember, sometimes the most unusual paths lead to the best rewards.
Well said. Okay, everyone, that wraps up our deep dive into the fruit company.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and maybe go eat some fruit. You never know what stories it might have. It's interesting, we've been talking about this company that's worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But I keep thinking about like my own fruit bowl, just sitting there on the counter.
Yeah.
It's amazing how something so simple, like a piece of fruit,
Right.
can have such a big and inspiring story behind it.
It really is.
Like the fruit company's journey, it reminds us that even normal, everyday things can be connected to bigger things like, innovation and resilience.
Exactly.
And it all starts with being willing to try something new, to question what you think you know,
Right.
and to find opportunities that other people might miss.
Yeah.
So success can look different for everyone.
Yeah.
And sometimes the most unexpected paths can lead to the best outcomes.
Well said.
Before we finish up, let's give a shout out to Scott Webster
Definitely.
and everyone at the Fruit Company
Yeah.
for showing us what's possible.
Yep.
When you combine tradition and new ideas,
Right.
quality and creativity,
Yeah.
and a lot of hard work with passion for what you do.
Absolutely.
Okay, everyone, that's it for our deep dive into the Fruit Company.
Thanks for joining us.
We hope you learned some interesting things from their story.
Yeah.
Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and maybe go eat some fruit.
Yeah.
You never know what stories it might have.
That's it for today on the Dropship.com podcast. We hope you got some value out of this episode. If you're looking to stay ahead in e-commerce and dropshipping, the Dropship.com newsletter is where we dive deeper into the latest trends, news, and strategies. Delivered every Monday and Thursday. Don't miss it. Subscribe with the link below.